Greetings everyone, this is Danny from harrtravel.com, your cruise experts, and right now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about private island destinations that the cruise lines own. They are about to turn into an absolute gold mine for them, and those who've invested heavily are going to reap those rewards. And the reason is, initially, one of the main issues with going back to cruising is the destinations that they're going to be visiting, and understanding that those destinations are ready to accept cruise ships, whether it's 50% or 100%, that they are ready to accept the cruise ships and everything that goes along with it. So one alternative early on may be to spend multiple days, overnights, or multiple visits to the private islands that the cruise lines own themselves. The first one I want to talk about is Royal Caribbean International. Coco Cay, Coco Cay, whatever you want to call it, it's an unbelievable destination that they just dropped $250 million renovating. It's incredible. I highly recommend that you check out our tour. We have an entire tour of the whole island and it will blow your mind. From the water park to the giant balloon that goes up in the air to the incredible service at the Coco Beach Club. It really truly is a world-class destination. And the other private island they have, Labadee, same thing. It hasn't been developed quite as much as Coco Cay, but what you find is that it is another phenomenal destination. Recently on my live stream, I put it out to everybody, would you go on a cruise that just visits the private islands? And overwhelmingly what we're finding is cruisers are saying yes, and they may even prefer that over visiting other destinations early on. I could picture a Symphony of the Seas sailing that maybe overnights in Coco Cay, so you have 2 full days there. Maybe it heads over to Labadee with an overnight there as well. That would be fantastic. And you have basically 4 days in port, which is similar to what you would have on a normal cruise anyways. They're also going to have, I think, early on the 3 and 4 night cruises, probably the Mariner, the Navigator, and the Independence, because they've been recently amplified. And I could see those doing maybe a 3-night cruise with 2 days at Coco Cay. I think there's a lot of opportunities out there. Now let's move on past Royal Caribbean and think about Norwegian. So they just made a brilliant investment in 2 different things. One, Great Stirrup Cay, which has been there for a really long time. They just built these unbelievable villas that also comes with a luxury private area. Now these are beyond any cruise ship villa you've seen. These are basically houses or hotel rooms that are up to 2 or 3 bedrooms. They're amazing, but just think, wouldn't that be perfect for an overnight stay to spend a night or 2 there? You already have all the services on the island. We know that on the island itself, there are going to be things that are going to change. The buffets will probably turn into delivery or seated restaurants, things along those lines. But think about that. You could do a cruise where you spent 2 nights there and then head all the way down to Belize to Harvest Caye, and that is gorgeous. Check out, I can't wait to make a video on it for you really quick, but check out the images from it because they just dropped, I think, well over $100 million into it, and it is beautiful. So once again, you could have a 4-5 nights in port that encompass the private islands. Disney, of course, Castaway Cay, we have a phenomenal video that goes through that in depth. We got every single spot on the island if you want to check that out. And then of course they're building their new private island, Lighthouse Point, as well. And then MSC, this is a really interesting one because they took Marine Cay, which is essentially a deserted trash heap of an island. They've spent 5 years developing it. They planted coral all around it. They redid all the plants on the island itself. And they turned it into a destination that has always been for late night stays and overnight stays. So once again, I could see MSC, especially if you're in the yacht club. What a perfect experience to spend a week in the MSC Yacht Club, head onto land. Of course, you have a lot of those services that carry on with you, special areas just for yacht club guests. And then you have an overnight stay. So you get this best of both worlds island resort destination. In addition to it, you have the cruise. So get on the ship, head down, unpack once, all the things that you know and love about cruising. So I, for one, am really excited about all of these. The last line in private island that I wanted to talk about today is Virgin, because it actually is a very unique proposition that may be better off than anybody else in the entire cruise industry. They are a single ship cruise line when they do launch, which looks to be mid-October right now, but they have short cruises normally. That's what they do, adults only. Once again, I think there's gonna be a lot of adults that are ready to do a cruise without kids. I love my daughter to death, but we've been quarantined for a couple months now. So I can see how this product may just take off and blow up completely because people are going to want a vacation. But picture this, you have the brand new Virgin product with unbelievable food. It's all included on board. And they have built a world-class destination where they were already gonna spend an extended period of time, including late into the night, so you can have that Bimini Beach Club experience. Maybe they just go there for 2, 3, 4 days on a 4 or 5 day cruise. I, for one, would be happy with it. I've got an incredible beach, an incredible beach club, everything that's on the ship that you normally have access to, the world-class food and entertainment, and you package it all together. That what you might find at the end of all of this is cruises that focus on the private destinations may be something that's featured for years to come, and it may even be a primary for some of these cruise lines. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. I love that I get to share what I love with you. Please make sure that you subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, and like the video. And of course, as always, whatever you want us to cover and talk about, please put in the comments, let us know, and we'll be making all kinds of new content for you, answering your questions. And make sure that you tune into one of our live streams where I go super in depth and we'll answer all of your questions live on YouTube.